To address the issue of induced AC voltage in a municipal fire alarm system, several methods can be employed to mitigate or eliminate the interference. A system operating at 72 to 120 volts DC across a 15-mile run experiences unwanted AC voltage induction, typically ranging from 7 to 15 volts AC, which disrupts the digital components. Here's a detailed look at various techniques and considerations to resolve this problem. Firstly, shielding involves enclosing the cables within a metallic conduit or shield. This creates what is known as a Faraday cage. The principle behind a Faraday cage is that the metallic enclosure blocks external electromagnetic fields from penetrating inside. This is because the metal conducts electricity, and any external electric field causes the charges in the metal to redistribute, cancelling the field within the enclosure. The effectiveness of shielding depends on the conductivity and thickness of the metal, as well as the frequency of the electromagnetic radiation. For fire alarm systems, using a grounded metallic conduit can significantly reduce the induced AC voltage by diverting the electromagnetic interference away from the signal cables. Secondly, using twisted pair cabling for the signal lines can substantially reduce the induced AC noise. Twisted pair cables are constructed by twisting two insulated wires together. This twisting action causes each wire to experience equal amounts of electromagnetic interference from external sources. Because the wires are twisted, the induced voltages in each wire are equal in magnitude but opposite in phase. This results in a cancellation of the induced noise. The tighter the twist, the more effective the cancellation. Twisted pair cabling is commonly used in various communication systems to minimize electromagnetic interference. Thirdly, ensuring balanced power supply to the system helps in reducing common mode AC noise. A balanced power supply provides equal and opposite currents in the positive and negative wires. This means that the current flowing in one wire is equal in magnitude but opposite in direction to the current flowing in the other wire. The balance helps to reduce common mode noise, which is noise that is common to both wires. When the currents are balanced, the electromagnetic fields generated by each wire tend to cancel each other out, reducing the overall electromagnetic radiation and susceptibility to external noise. Fourthly, provide proper grounding at both ends of the cable run to minimize potential differences. Grounding is essential for minimizing potential differences that can induce AC voltage. A proper grounding system provides a low impedance path for fault currents to flow back to the source, which helps to quickly clear faults and prevent electrical hazards. Grounding at both ends of the cable run ensures that the potential difference between the cable and the ground is minimized, which reduces the likelihood of induced AC voltage. The grounding system should comply with all applicable electrical codes and standards, such as the National Electrical Code, NEC, which provides detailed requirements for grounding and bonding. Fifthly, install low-pass filters at the input of the digital system to remove AC components. Low-pass filters are designed to allow signals with frequencies below a certain cutoff frequency to pass through while attenuating signals with frequencies above the cutoff frequency. In the context of a fire alarm system, a low-pass filter can be used to remove unwanted AC components from the signal. The cutoff frequency of the filter should be selected to be below the operating frequency of the fire alarm system to ensure that the desired signals are not attenuated. Common types of low-pass filters include resistor capacitor (RC) filters, inductor capacitor (LC) filters, and active filters. The choice of filter depends on the specific requirements of the system, such as the desired cutoff frequency, attenuation characteristics, and cost. Sixthly, use voltage regulators to stabilize the DC voltage supplied to the digital system, reducing the AC ripple. Voltage regulators are electronic circuits that maintain a constant output voltage despite variations in the input voltage or load current. They are used to provide a stable DC voltage to sensitive electronic equipment, such as the digital system in a fire alarm system. By stabilizing the DC voltage, voltage regulators can reduce the AC ripple, which is the residual AC voltage that is superimposed on the DC voltage. This AC ripple can interfere with the operation of the digital system, so reducing it can improve the system's reliability and performance. Seventhly, insert signal isolators. between the AC affected section and the digital system to electrically isolate the two circuits. Signal isolators are devices that provide electrical isolation between two circuits while allowing signals to be transmitted between them. This electrical isolation helps to prevent unwanted AC voltage from propagating from the AC affected section to the digital system. Signal isolators can be implemented using various technologies, such as optocouplers, transformers, and capacitive isolators. Optocouplers use a light-emitting diode, LED, and a phototransistor to transmit signals across an isolation barrier. Transformers use magnetic induction to transmit signals across an isolation barrier. Capacitive isolators use capacitors to transmit signals across an isolation barrier. The choice of signal isolator depends on the specific requirements of the system, such as the desired isolation voltage, signal bandwidth, and cost. Eighthly, install common mode chokes in series with the signal lines to suppress common mode AC noise. Common mode chokes are passive electronic components that are used to suppress common mode noise in electrical circuits. Common mode noise is noise that is common to both wires of a differential signal. It can be caused by various sources, such as electromagnetic interference (EMI) and ground loops. Common mode chokes work by providing a high impedance to common mode currents while allowing differential mode currents to pass through with minimal attenuation. This means that they effectively block common mode noise while allowing the desired signals to pass through. These chokes are typically constructed using two inductors wound on a common core. The inductors are wound in such a way that the magnetic fields generated by the differential mode currents cancel each other out, while the magnetic fields generated by the common mode currents add together. This results in a high impedance for common mode currents and a lower impedance for differential mode currents. In addition to these methods, consider the following additional factors. Use shielded or twisted pair cables that are specifically designed for low noise applications. The type of cable used can have a significant impact on the amount of induced AC voltage. Shielded cables have a metallic shield that surrounds the signal conductors, which helps to block electromagnetic interference. Twisted pair cables have the signal conductors twisted together, which helps to cancel out induced noise. Cables designed for low noise applications often incorporate both shielding and twisting to provide maximum noise reduction. Avoid running cables parallel to or in close proximity to AC power lines. The closer the cables are to AC power lines, the greater the amount of induced AC voltage. Running cables perpendicular to AC power lines can help to reduce the induced voltage. Conduct regular testing to monitor the induced AC voltage levels and verify the effectiveness of the mitigation measures. Regular testing is essential to ensure that the mitigation measures are effective and that the induced AC voltage levels remain within acceptable limits. Testing should be conducted using appropriate test equipment and procedures. The specific solution or combination of solutions that will be most effective will depend on the system configuration, noise levels, and other factors. It is always recommended to consult with a qualified electrician or engineer to determine a most appropriate approach for your specific situation. They can assess the system, identify the sources of noise, and recommend the best solutions to mitigate the problem. Implementing these techniques requires careful planning and execution to ensure the fire alarm system operates reliably and without interference from induced AC voltage. Remember to adhere to all applicable electrical codes and safety standards during the implementation process. Proper grounding is a critical aspect of electrical safety and should be addressed with utmost care. Grounding provides a low impedance path for fault currents to flow back to the source, which helps to quickly clear faults and prevent electrical hazards. The grounding system should comply with all applicable electrical codes and standards, such as the National Electrical Code (NEC), which provides detailed requirements for grounding and bonding. Regular inspections and maintenance of the grounding system are also essential to ensure its continued effectiveness. Furthermore, consider the specific characteristics of the digital system being used in the fire alarm system. Some digital systems may be more susceptible to noise than others. Understanding the system's noise immunity characteristics can help in selecting the most appropriate mitigation techniques. For example, If the digital system has a high common mode rejection ratio, then common mode chokes may be particularly effective in reducing the induced AC voltage. Similarly, if the digital system has a high differential mode rejection ratio, then twisted pair cabling may be particularly effective. In addition to the techniques discussed above, there are other methods that can be used to reduce induced AC voltage, such as using surge protectors, transient voltage suppressors, and line conditioners. Surge protectors are devices that protect electronic equipment from voltage surges, which are sudden increases in voltage that can damage equipment. Transient voltage suppressors, TVSs, are similar to surge protectors, but they are designed to protect against transient voltage spikes, which are short-duration voltage spikes that can also damage equipment. Line conditioners are devices that filter the AC power supply to remove noise and voltage fluctuations. These devices can help to improve the reliability and performance of the digital system by providing a clean and stable power supply. When selecting mitigation techniques, it is important to consider the cost, complexity, and effectiveness of each technique. Some techniques, such as shielding and twisted pair cabling, may be relatively inexpensive and easy to implement. Other techniques, such as signal isolators and common mode chokes, may be more expensive and complex. The most effective approach may involve a combination of different techniques. It is also important to consider the long-term maintenance requirements of the mitigation techniques. Some techniques may require regular maintenance to ensure their continued effectiveness. For example, grounding systems should be inspected regularly to ensure that they are properly connected and that the ground resistance is within acceptable limits. Similarly, filters and voltage regulators may need to be replaced periodically to maintain their performance. By carefully considering these factors, you can select the most appropriate mitigation techniques for your specific situation and ensure that the fire alarm system operates reliably and without interference from induced AC voltage. Remember that the goal is to reduce the induced AC voltage to a level that does not interfere with the operation of the digital system. This may require a combination of different techniques and careful monitoring of the system's performance. If you are unsure about how to proceed, it is always best to consult with a qualified electrician or engineer. They can provide expert advice and guidance on the best approach for your specific situation. Also, the type of soil, if the wiring is buried, can also affect the level of induced voltage. Soil with high resistivity, such as sandy soil, will have less ground conductivity. Ground conductivity facilitates the flow of current and reduces ground potential rise, which is the increase in electrical potential at the grounding electrode during a fault. The lower the soil resistivity, the better the grounding. The location of the wiring can also cause interference. If the wiring passes nearby a substation, a generating plant, or industrial plant, the level of EMI may be higher. In summary, addressing induced AC voltage in municipal fire alarm systems requires a multifaceted approach, combining effective shielding, cabling practices, grounding techniques, filtering, voltage regulation, and electrical isolation. Careful consideration of cable types, routing, and regular testing ensures the reliability and performance of the digital fire alarm system. Consulting with qualified experts is essential to tailor solutions to specific system configurations and environmental conditions, ensuring optimal mitigation of AC voltage interference.